At a family brunch, my in-laws had the waiter bring me a kid's menu as a joke. When I asked for a regular one, my sister-in-law said, "Stick to what you know." I ate my pancakes in silence. Then I paid the bill for everyone, with a receipt that read, "Last meal I cover for people who think I'm small." I'm 34 years old. I live in Flagstaff, Arizona. I work from home as a graphic designer, and I'm pretty quiet by nature. I'm short, just over 5 feet. I know I don't have a loud presence. But that doesn't mean I'm weak. People mistake quiet for soft. I've learned that the hard way. My husband Ben is 37. We've been married for 2 years, together for 5. He's the only man I've ever really trusted. Or at least I thought I could trust him. His family, though? That's a different story. From the very beginning, they treated me like I wasn't good enough. Ben's mother, Joyce, is the kind of woman who walks into a room and sucks the air out of it. She speaks in this slow, condescending tone like she's always explaining something to a child. At our first Thanksgiving together, she looked at my plate and said, "Wow, you eat like that and still stay so little. Must be a fast metabolism." Trina, Ben's younger sister, just laughed. I remember that day clearly because I went home and cried in the bathroom with the shower running so Ben wouldn't hear. They've always made me feel like I was something they had to tolerate. Like Ben could have done better. Trina once told me, straight to my face, "You're lucky Ben likes quiet girls. Most guys get bored." I told Ben about that. He brushed it off. Said Trina was just mouthy. That's what he always said. They don't mean it. It's just teasing. Don't take it personally. But they always meant it. They teased me because I'm short. Because I'm not the kind of woman who fights back in the moment. I don't scream. I don't cause scenes. But that doesn't mean I don't remember every single time they've tried to make me feel small. It all boiled over a few Sundays ago at a family brunch. Ben told me we were meeting his family at this place called Cedar Grove Cafe in downtown Flagstaff. Trendy spot. Organic eggs, vegan options, bottomless coffee. I didn't want to go. I told him that. I said I was tired of the comments and tired of being the joke. But he said it was important to him. He said his dad had just retired and they wanted to celebrate as a family. I agreed. I don't know why I still try. When we got there, everyone else was already seated, Joyce and Marty, Ben's dad, Trina, and her husband Drew. I noticed right away that the energy was off. They looked up when we walked in, and I saw this flicker of amusement pass between Trina and Joyce. Like they were in on something. We sat down. The waiter came over, smiled at the group, then turned to me and said, "And for you, would you like the kids' menu?" I froze. "What?" I asked, trying to keep my voice steady. He smiled again. "Your family said this one's for you." He handed me a trifold kids menu with pictures of smiling pancakes and a maze on the back. They all laughed. Out loud. Not even trying to hold it in. Joyce was smirking. Trina was already holding her phone like she was about to take a picture. Drew chuckled into his coffee. I stared at the menu. "I'd like a regular one," I said quietly to the waiter. Trina leaned across the table and said, "Stick to what you know, sweetie." Something broke in me right there. Not like glass, more like a hinge. Something I didn't realize had been holding me shut finally gave way. I didn't argue. I didn't say anything. I sat there and ordered the damn chocolate chip pancakes off the kids' menu. They were tiny, 3 to a plate, with a smiley face made of whipped cream. Ben was quiet. He looked around nervously, but didn't say a word in my defense. Just sipped his water and pretended it wasn't happening. They chatted about golf and Trina's new SUV while I ate in silence. I listened to them talk like they were normal, like they weren't humiliating me to my face. When the check came, Joyce reached for her purse, and I said, "I got it." They all looked at me like I had 3 heads. "You sure?" Joyce asked, voice syrupy. "Absolutely," I said. "It's my treat." I took the bill up to the counter myself. It came out to $183 with tip. I paid in cash. Then I asked the hostess for a pen and the receipt. On the bottom, I wrote, "Last meal I cover for people who think I'm small." I gave it to the waiter and asked him to bring it to the table. "Tell them I left," I said. Then I walked out. I didn't drive home fast. I wasn't shaking. I was calm. Cold, actually. I'd never felt that before. That kind of cold. Then came home an hour later. He was pissed. Said I embarrassed him. Said I made them look bad. I just looked at him and said, "So you do know how that feels." He slept on the couch that night. I haven't spoken to his mother or sister since. But this isn't over. This was just the first cut. They think I'm small? Let's see how they handle the size of what's coming next. After that brunch, I didn't talk to Ben's family for 2 weeks. No calls. No texts. Nothing. I needed space, and I made it clear to Ben I wasn't going to pretend anymore. He kept saying things like, "They were just joking," and "You're taking this too seriously." That told me everything I needed to know. He wasn't on my side. I started pulling back. From him. From everything. But here's the thing. I don't do revenge in a loud, messy way. I do it slow. Precise. I make it stick. It started with Trina. I used to help her with her Etsy shop. She sells custom tumblers and baby clothes with dumb slogans like "Boss Baby" and "Sassy Pants." Her designs were trash, but I helped clean them up, gave her better fonts, better images, even made her a new logo last fall. She never paid me. Not once. Said we were family. So I logged into the shared Canva account I'd set up for her and deleted every design I'd made. Then I changed the password and sent her a text. "You'll need to figure it out on your own now, since you think I'm only good for the kids menu." She called me 5 minutes later. I didn't pick up. Then it was Joyce. Joyce has this garden club she brags about constantly. She's president. She hosts little wine and cheese parties for the ladies. A while back, she asked me to make some flyers and business cards for the club. I did it because Ben asked me to be nice. She didn't even say thank you. I went onto the site I used to print her materials and flagged all her club's designs as copyright disputes. Since I was the designer, they took everything down while they investigated. I got an email back within 48 hours confirming the account was frozen pending ownership proof. Joyce tried to email me from 3 different addresses. All I replied was, "The designer you disrespected says hi." She hasn't reached out since. But things started getting worse at home. Ben wasn't talking to me unless I talked first. He'd leave early, come home late. Said he was giving me space. But really, he was avoiding the mess. He didn't want to take a side. One night I told him, "You already took theirs." He didn't deny it. That weekend, I found out something else. Something that made my stomach turn. I was organizing our hallway closet and found a stack of papers in a shoebox under the blankets. Insurance forms. Printed emails. Legal stuff I'd never seen before. Ben had co-signed a small business loan with Trina. Months ago. Without telling me. It was for $25,000. He didn't even mention it. My hands were shaking when I walked into the living room holding the papers. "What the hell is this?" I asked. He looked up from the couch like I was bothering him. "I was helping her out," he said. "She needed help getting the loan." "You tied our name to that?" Without asking me. "It's just a formality, no, Ben. That's our credit. Our money. If she defaults, we pay." He didn't respond. That night, I packed a bag and went to stay with my cousin on the other side of town. I needed time to think. Time to plan. This wasn't just about a bad joke anymore. This was a pattern. And I finally saw it clearly. Ben wasn't protecting me. He was part of the problem. He always had been. But I was done staying quiet. This time, I wasn't just going to walk away. I was going to take something with me. Something they'd feel. I stayed at my cousin Kendra's house for 4 days. She's the only one in the family who never looked at me like I was weak. When I told her what happened, everything, from the kids' menu to the $25,000 loan, she just said, They picked the wrong one to mess with. I believed her. While I was staying there, I went through everything Ben and I shared. I pulled our bank statements, our joint accounts, our shared bills. I made copies, took screenshots. I even checked our credit reports. That's when I found something else. Another loan. $9,300. Opened under both our names. Applied for online, 6 months ago. I never signed anything, but the email listed as secondary contact was mine. I confronted him the next day. I didn't even go inside the house. I called him from the driveway. Did you open a second loan without telling me? Silence. Then, it was for Drew, Trina's husband. I hung up. I didn't even scream. What was the point? He wasn't sorry. He was just caught. They used my name, my credit, my trust, all while mocking me to my face, while handing me kids' menus and calling me precious. Kendra's husband, Greg, works in finance. I asked him what my options were. He helped me get copies of the loan paperwork. We found the IP addresses, confirmed the digital signatures. One of the loans was signed from Ben's laptop. At our house. The email used? His, not mine. I called a lawyer the next day. I wasn't playing anymore. I filed a police report for identity fraud. Ben got served the following week. His eyes looked dead when I showed up at the house with the officer. He didn't fight it. He just stood there while they handed him the paperwork. Are you serious? He asked. Dead serious, I said. He asked if we could talk. I told him we'd talk in court. Joyce tried to call me. Left a voicemail crying. Trina messaged me on Facebook, called me evil. Said I was ruining her life. I didn't respond. But I wasn't done yet. I called the bank and froze all joint accounts. Then I took my name off every bill I could. Utilities, credit cards, everything. I left Ben with the full weight of the house, mortgage, and all. And I knew they'd come crawling. But I had one more card to play. Remember the brunch? That receipt I left? I still had a copy. I posted it on Facebook, along with a photo of the kids' menu and one sentence. Just a reminder, sometimes the quiet ones are the ones you shouldn't push. The post blew up. People we knew, friends of theirs, started commenting, asking questions, calling out the pettiness. Joyce deleted her account within 24 hours. Trina posted a long, dramatic rant about family betrayal and fake people, but no one took her side. She shut down her Etsy store 3 days later. Ben finally texted me, "Was this your plan the whole time?" I replied, "No, but maybe it should have been." Now the whole town knows. Their friends know. Their coworkers. Their golf club. Everyone. They tried to make me feel small. Now they're the ones shrinking in public. And I haven't even finished. After the Facebook post went viral around our town, things changed fast. Ben lost his job 2 weeks later. His company said they were reviewing financial conduct. I didn't even know they had a morality clause. But once they heard about the fraud report and saw the screenshots I'd collected, some of which I'd sent privately to HR, they quietly let him go. Joyce called my cousin's house. Kendra picked up. "You people are disgusting," Joyce said. Kendra laughed. "And you're done." She hung up on her. I'd be lying if I said I didn't enjoy watching their little empire crack. But the real win? That came during the legal process. Ben thought he'd be able to talk his way out of the fraud charges. Thought I'd drop them eventually. But I didn't. My lawyer got the digital evidence lined up. IP addresses, timestamps, and even the fact that the email used had a password saved in his browser. It was clear he forged my name. Twice. His lawyer pushed for a deal. Lesser charges, no jail time, just a record and a big fine. I agreed, but only on the condition that he signed over his stake in our house. Fully. No buyout. No negotiation. He hesitated. Until I said, "Then I'll take this to trial and let your mom watch you explain identity fraud to a judge." He signed. The house was mine. He moved back in with his parents. The same parents who'd once laughed while I ate pancakes shaped like a bear. Now they were eating humble pie. Cold. Every day. Trina ended up defaulting on her business loan. She tried to crowdfund the payments, but it didn't work. People remembered the Facebook post. They remembered the tone, the receipts. No one gave her a dime. I heard from someone in town that Drew took a job out of state. Left her with a mess. She had to sell her SUV. Joy stepped down from her garden club due to personal issues. I heard she drinks more now. I don't know if that's true, but it wouldn't surprise me. And me? I made mistakes too. I let things slide for too long. I let people walk on me because I thought staying quiet meant staying strong. But I learned, being quiet isn't strength. Being quiet is waiting. And now that I'm done waiting, they finally see me. Not small, not soft, not precious, but powerful and free.